Reading number 167. Today we're talking about the Carrion Spring cassette that was released on June 14th of 2019. Okay. Yeah. So the story here dates back to pre-Zegma Beach inception, really. I was a very big Carrion Spring fan when Level Playing died, and I wasn't really sure where to go. One of the first bands that I caught wind of was Carrion Spring. So I heard this, and I remember right around the same time as I think I heard Loma, and I was like, oh my god, like, there are definitely bands who are still carrying this torch, and this is sick. Little did I know that they were friends with Kid Crash, who I had been following for, better part of a decade at that point as well. So, I guess, I think it goes back to I interviewed Adam for Open Mind Saturated Brain, perhaps as this... No, it wasn't the first interview, but I think it was one of the first interviews where it wasn't someone from Toronto who I would go and see. Because I know I did interviews with Creeper, and probably M from Fox Mulder as well. But besides that, I don't think I had reached out through the internet really to talk to anyone. So we struck up a friendship. I didn't really know anyone in the Screamo scene, so I really kind of latched onto him. I was messaging him quite a bit. We had some very long conversations. I remember on Facebook Messenger a long time ago, I guess probably in 2012, 2013. So obviously a very big fan of Carrion Spring. I even asked him to do the Zegma Beach logo. So the Zegma Beach logo is totally Adam's creation. Adam is the vocalist and bassist of Carrion Spring. I guess sometimes just vocals, but I think back to vocals and bass again. At around that time, starting out ZBR and doing the logo and stuff, I also found out that Adam was doing Said Goner solo project, and I was... I don't remember if I'd already heard stuff on the internet. That's another Out Past the Ring, so you can go check that one out. Anyway, I also helped release Said Goner, so... And one of the reasons for that was definitely, like... I wanted that in with Adam, so hopefully in the future I'd be able to release something by Carrion Spring, and lo and behold, it happened in 2019, where I just got a message one day, and was like, do you want to release the new Carrion Spring on cassette? I was like, hell yes I do, this is fantastic. I think this released more than anything kind of is the full circle of where I was trying to get to, because right from the onset I remember saying I want to do a Carrion Spring release. I also premiered a song off of the previous Carrion Spring EP. Oh my god, what is it? Indiscretions? Volume 1 or whatever it was? So that actually ended up on the first Zampler, which at that point was just a sampler. I think the Zampler only came in as of the second one, as per Lisa Clements. So I don't know, I really feel like we've grown together for quite some time. Like, I've known him for, my god, it's 12 years. Jesus Christ. That's insane. So, I mean, it's been less at times. We get sporadic updates from each other, but I mean, definitely one of the people I've kept in touch with the most and for the longest time since entering the Screamo scene back in 2012, despite listening to Screamo since 2001. I just wasn't active in any way, shape, or form other than a consumer, just eating everything up. So when I found out about this, I was ecstatic. It was right around the time that I was getting into tapes too. So there's two, well, there's more than two versions, but there's two primary versions. There is the band version, which is not. Yeah, wait a minute. What? This isn't the band version. This is the red version. But the band version is. I totally thought that was it. I think I may have the wrong one up on sale on the websites. Was more of it's like a transparent orange with like a heavy black ink pad print over it, and it looks really sick. Much better than this. This is just a red tape with 2 stickers on it, which was, let's go through them. So I did 50 through Zegma Beach. We did 10 on red, which was that one, and then there was 10 New Friends Fest exclusive ones. I don't have any of those ones left. My memory serves correct, I think they were transparent dark red swirled, and then the ZBR copies out of 30 were the Fire Marble Swirl, which were just essentially a couple different reds, and that looks like a metallic rose perhaps on there as well, and black. And again, I did the same sticker thing where I just this was kind of before I was doing the stamping. I was doing a lot of printing off one sticky sheet and just using scissors and stuff to cut out every single one and then peel it. It took a long time, a heck of a lot longer than stamping, that's for sure. Okay, so we also did inserts for these, for the ZBR WOA versions. Download code. A cool little pamphlet thing. Oh, wow. This precedes the one that Dave Cullen did for a bunch of ZBR ones. I think River Sleem was one of the first ones, but yeah, this is very nice. So all numbered out of 50. Went over the tapes. The songs. Let's talk about the songs. They lost their original guitarist, or at least like their primary songwriter guitarist, before Indiscretions, I feel like. So I think like Indiscretions was more of whether it be some music with him and then some by just the band, or like the band some rehashing some of those, or just writing completely new material. This is a much more fully realized Carrion Spring than the Indiscretions EP. And I mean, you could kind of argue that this is also an EP, because there are a lot of ambient noise interludes. How many apparitions? So there's 6 apparitions. So 6 of the 13 tracks are essentially interludes, so you've really only got 7 songs here. So this is a long EP or a short LP, so I understand putting those other things on. Now they also do work very well in relation to the album as a whole with splitting it up. I mean, you can make arguments for both sides that it creates like a really cool atmosphere and kind of like darkens the whole album, give it like a more oppressive feeling, and you can also argue that it splits up the bangers with too much time in between. So, you know, take your pick. It's probably a bit of both of those things. There's 4 songs that I'm a big fan of out of the 7. But again, the whole thing works as a whole. But Carrion Spring, International Adult Conspiracy, Rhizome Recovery, and what's the other one? Anthropos are probably my favorites. I don't even think I could pick a favorite one out of those. I do like how Carrion Spring has the song Carrion Spring on the album Carrion Spring. So good old Lagwagon triple referential. So yeah, very cool stuff. I don't know which one. I'll probably put Anthropos at the end of this, but really recommend checking out all of the stuff because it's really, really sick. Is there anything else? Oh, they almost played ZBR Fest 2023. They were totally slated to play, but then Adam had a huge Crohn's episode and was most definitely out of commission, understandably so. So we had to replace them. The Black Matter device, I think, ended up taking their spot on ZBR Fest, but hopefully in the future. Oh, I also met Adam at a show that they played in Toronto as well, which was super cool. So I really feel like that it's like solidified our relationship to be able to like hang out and stuff. So hopefully sometime again soon. Next, Past the Rings is 168, and that'll be for the Olam full length that initially came out digitally, and then we picked up after realizing that no one was going to do anything with it, and that was a travesty. So yeah. Until next time, I'm going to chill with the intros, outros. It's too much thought. I put too much thought into it, and it's not that great anyway. So yeah, this is the outro. Oh, yeah!